welcome to another episode of Shooting
the Shit with Rachael
and Neil Young. We're talking all things real estate photography business growth, mindset, and getting it done. Here come your favorite true entrepreneurs, Rachael and Neil Young, shooting the shit.
I have a ferret on the Like if we're kind of in a slump, like what kind of things do you do?
Talking about a boob light.
Straddling a power line.
Nice photo.
Ooh, I need that.
I'm like red right now because I'm embarrassed. I go like this. I love it.
Hey, come in.
Sure, use your podcast voice.
Well, over here, I'm pitting out.
Drone's like flipping to the ground.
That's a great callback.
Chit-chatting.
Is that what you call that?
Hey! Rach, who do you love?
HDPhotoHub.
Today's episode is brought to you by HDPhotoHub.
The platform real estate photographers trust.
And so do we, because Rach and I both use it on a daily basis. Check it out.
out.
We're back with another episode of Rachel's Power Team on our summer series here. And today I have to tell you, we have a truly spectacular guest. It's the man helping hold down the fort for Rach, possibly the neck that steers the head. We'll have to find out. One thing is for sure, this is the other half of the Brandy Bunch love story. And he is on the show just in time for National Support Your Wife in Small Business Day, which happens to be each month from the 1st through the 31st. If you did not know already, he's basically the sweet melody that lulls Rach to sleep each night. Who could it be? It's Rachel's husband, Abel Harp.
Woo! What an intro, Neil.
Thanks so much for having me.
Ooh, just made it up on the spot.
Right.
I clearly read every word. No, but in all seriousness, we have Abel Harp on today, who is Rachel's husband, and we really thought it would be cool to kind of chat a little bit about some of the difficulties that go with being with, and we're kind of subtitling this potentially, living with a workaholic.
I don't know what you're talking about, Neil. I don't know what you're talking about.
We truly work a ton in this business. I think anybody who's in the business can relate. And so we thought it'd be awesome to have Abel on here, who really is, a rock for Rach, and kind of talk about some of the hardships and some of the concerns that go into, doing this thing day in and day out, and also having to, juggle a love life and a family and all that kind of stuff. So we thought it'd be fun to have a little fun with it. We're going to have some fun, and we're going to do a little questionnaire to start to determine if maybe Rachel and or Abel, who also does a bazillion things here, might be workaholics. We'll call this, you might be a workaholic if. We're going to ask them some questions, but I'm going to also dive into some of the real stuff, because Abel's been there since day one, with Rachel going through this business basically, and all the hardships I'm sure they've gone with, the ups and the downs. And I love to hear some of those things and kind of what helps them get through it, in the hopes that some of this will not only be entertaining, but also helpful to other people out there in similar scenarios, dealing with business and family and life and love. So Abel, I'd like you to say hello to everybody, and just tell us a little bit about, what you do, because I did mention you have a couple hats you wear as well.
I do. So for about 10 years now, I've been in the mechanical industry. I work for a union. I wear many hats with that company as well. I manage my own kind of division per se. I got about five, 6 guys underneath me. That's my 9 to 5. I dabble in real estate on the side with Rach, kind of as my partner. And we do some investing on the side with real estate also. And
Gotcha.
On top of that, I have 4 boys.
Yeah.
6 kids together. So yeah, there's never a dull moment in the Harp family household. Never.
Yeah. But you guys legitimately are like, you could have a picture on the wall, just like the Brandy Bunch, where you've got your half and her half, and it's a whole big family. So you've got 4. And what's the whole family? How many total do we have?
So we have 6 total. So ages range 22, 20, 18, 15, 13, and 10. So
Wow.
Very large. I'm waiting for Rach to do an 80s photo shoot where we wear like sweaters We all have our hair folded down.
I'm in. Yes. That could be our new canvas above the couch, babe. It'd be awesome.
Those awkward Kmart photo shoots that.
Oh my God.
Yes. I looked up Brady Bunch photos when I was writing up this little like intro for you, and they've got like that one with the screen is like tic-tac-toe. I would love for you to have a photo like that. And then also they've got that one I remember where they're all like, on the stairs in a row, like looking down. I think that would be hilarious.
Oh, we could have some fun with it for sure.
But you know, in all seriousness, Rach and I have a really amazing life. We tell each other every day. So between the work and the relationship and the family and the few properties that we have a really busy life. We do. Absolutely. Yes.
Rach?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Number 2, do you feel the need to constantly stay busy?
I mean, I feel like I've come a long way in the last few months, honestly, with like learning to chill out. Just takes some time. The whole me time thing is really setting in. But yes, I do. I have a really hard time settling down. How about you, honey?
Yes. And that kind of goes into that guilt when you're not doing something. You feel like you need to be doing something. So it does take a little while, and practice makes perfect. So I think the more time we take off without our cell phones and technology, the easier that stuff is to come by. But when you're in the grind all the time, it's very hard to turn it off. So yes, I do have that problem. And I believe Rach might have it too.
Yeah. And we have an interesting living situation, Abel and I. We don't actually live together. My 2 kids go to school up north, and his 4 kids, well, 2 are in college now, but the 2 that are left in the house go to school down south. And we live about an hour apart. So we can't really live together. We have our kids half the week. So like midweek, they go to the other parent's house. So it just doesn't work for us to live together. So we have 2 households that we're each managing. And then we have our Airbnb, our investment property. And half the week we're together and half the week we're pretty much with our kids. So it's good in some ways, but it's also like really hard in other ways with managing the houses. And there's so much to do with 2 properties, like trying to keep up on the yard and the maintenance and the cleaning and like everything. And then we've got the kids, and then we have a relationship in the business. It's like literally we could stay busy with tasks and chores like 24 hours a day, every day with 2 households. Right, babe?
Gotcha.
Well, and that goes back to working the 50 hours a week. I mean, once I'm off my 9 to 5, I don't stop working, whether it be cleaning or laundry, or got to go to the gym, got to run a kid over here, got to run a kid there, or need to go fix the water leak at the Airbnb. So it's just constant movement is what it is. And we do get, you know, our Sunday is our kind of our Sabbath type day where we try to just shut it down. And it is work in progress, Neil. Work in progress. It is very
gotcha.
Tough. The guilt thing comes back where you're sitting on the couch watching a game or something, and you bounce up and you just feel like you need to be moving.
This one is kind of on the same note, I feel like, is do you have difficulty relaxing and having fun? Are you a perfectionist?
Those are like 3 questions in one, Neil.
I know, but it was one. That's how I copied it online. It's not my fault. It is, though. It is. It's like 3. Are you this? Are you that? Or are you this? Answer.
Let's see. I mean, I feel like we have a pretty easy time relaxing and having fun, like on the right days of the week. You know, like we have our days of the week when we're in work mode, and we do now. I would say in the last year, we've gotten a lot more structured with our time. And a lot of that is in part due to the power team, right? Like I have more help. When I didn't have help, like this interview would be completely different how we talked 2 years ago. Because I mean, I wouldn't even have time to do a podcast 2 years ago because I was running so hard, you know? But I think now, like I've realized how important it is. Like, honestly, my mental health, it was like in trouble if I didn't learn how to relax and just enjoy my time being quiet and still. So hang on 1 second. Devin's interrupting. What's up, sweetie? You want to do the facial scrub? You can do it if you want. Tie
Hey,
your
Neil.
hair up. You want to come say
Yep.
hi real quick,
Here,
sweetie?
here
Say
we
hi.
go. Come say
Say
hi.
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 Hi. Those were I saw the face mask earlier. Those were great.
Yeah. Can I do it?
Yeah, you can do it. Just do it in my bathroom. Make sure you keep your eyes closed real tight, okay? And you just rub it on your cheeks, on your forehead, and on your nose, and then splash the water on your face to rinse it off.
Okay.
And then use a towel to dry your face.
Okay.
Okay. Have fun. Can you let Lexi in? Did you already? Thank you. Okay.
So that question for me on the difficulty of relaxing and having fun, we're starting to perfect that art, but it has been a lot of work. And to me, it runs like the entrepreneur, right? You have to have systems in place. So Rach and I together have created our own systems per se. So we make that time, we schedule that time and make that time off just so we know we can relax and we know we can have fun. Whether it be like this weekend going on vacation, we had an amazing time. We were only gone for 3 days, but it kind of felt like we were gone for a week. So our vacations and our weekend, I like to call them weekend warrior type trips, because you're only gone for a couple days, but you get the most out of those couple days to relax and have fun. And a perfectionist, it's in my nature. Rach and I battle a lot on home projects because we're both perfectionists in different ways. We've had some challenges on home projects in the past. For me, I see start to finish. Rachael only sees finish. So I see the amount of work that goes into a project. She just sees final product. What's taking so long?
I'm a visionary. I can see it. This is going to be so great. And then he's like, we need to do it this way. And I'm like, I don't understand why. Like, why do you need to do it that way? Explain it.
But that is kind of the beauty and the culture that Rach and I have together, and what made us so strong inside and out, is we have systems. We understand each other. We learn new things about each other all the time, whether it's with her new entrepreneur game. She's got the master plan. That's been challenging on my end, just because she's gone a lot more. But communication. If we talk things out and you work things out and understand each other and understand why you're doing these things, there should be no gray areas. There should be no gray.
How about this one? Are you unable to delegate work to others?
Long, awkward pause.
Sometimes, yeah. With Rach, she's a powerhouse. She's on the go. She has her vision. She has her dreams. So to delegate anything to her, sometimes there's too many chiefs and not enough Indians. So it's kind of hard to tell each other what to do when we're both, I wouldn't say strong-minded, but we both have our ideas on how to do things. But it's a give and take with work and relationship. You can't always be a taker. You got to be a giver too.
I don't have a problem telling people what to do. I've gotten really good at it. It's just the way I deliver it. That's what I really have to work on. I've learned a lot about delegating. But no, I get what the question is. I mean, I think what the question is really implying is like, do you prefer to just do things yourself because it gets done quicker and easier and you don't have to bother with trying to figure out, how to train someone else to do it? And yeah, I was like that for a long time. And then I realized, like, if I just put the time in now with the virtual assistant, I might be taking like 2 or 3 steps backwards with my time. But over the next year, I'm going to save so much more time than it took just to put into training that person. So it's worth it. But it's hard when you're go, and you have so much to get done and you're such a perfectionist, and giving that up is tough. It's having that expectation of like an 80% expectation or a 60% of what you would do expectation, which seems crazy low, but that's pretty acceptable to a lot of CEOs, which I've learned. I'm like, I go with the 80 to 90.
Yeah, no, that's definitely the perfectionist piece though, right? And how you can turn into a workaholic is because, if you can't let go of these things because you're going to do it a little better, then you're definitely going to end up working a lot of hours.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
How about you, Abel, besides, how about with your like regular work stuff, besides between you and Rach stuff, is there a lot of delegation that happens there?
So for me, with the 10 years that I've been with the company I'm now, I have systems in place and I have great personnel that work under me. Sometimes I feel like I don't do enough. So delegating isn't tough for me. The part that's tough is I feel like I'm not doing enough. So I've got to find new tasks and some more innovation to bring to the company. One of the things they taught me in the leadership class was train your replacement, whether you lose your job or not. So as long as you have that replacement to do the things that you do, you can grow, because you can't grow if you can't give up your spot. And a lot of people kind of hold on to those. They don't want to be replaced. They don't want to lose that 9 to 5. So they hold on. They don't teach anybody. And then the sad thing happens when they leave, they haven't trained anybody to do their job. And it's, a 2-year setback for some of these companies to do that. So delegating for me isn't too tough. Sometimes you delegate a job, it doesn't get done. So you get that, you kind of revert back to, I should have just done it myself. It would have been done right. Yeah. You do have to let go of that stuff.
I've thought about that a lot recently when trying to hire photographers for our business. A lot of us photographers, when we start out, we have this mindset that, we're the best, or we're going to do it better than somebody else. And that's our whole like business model is I'm better than everybody else, and nobody else can do what I can do. But the problem with that is if you ever want to grow bigger than your own self, you got to let go of okay, no, you know what? I'm not Houdini. Other people could be trained to do this job as well. And if you can't let go of that, then yeah, it's certainly going to be very hard to scale for sure.
It's been a big topic with, Rach and I in dinner time discussions of how she can let some of that stuff go. And I just encourage her and try to help her, release some of that stuff. But wrong, right, or indifferent, if people are making mistakes, you just pick them back up and get them through it. Because once you do, and I've seen the growth from Rachael over the last year of letting some of these tasks go, and it's just freed her up to grow even more and, just get even bigger than she is 2 years ago. It's been a whirlwind. I'd kind of take that as my job to make sure Rach is mentally sound.
Thanks, Dave. He's always got my 6.
That's hilarious.
She's going to get stuck. So you got to, the pep talks are weekly pep talks.
Everybody needs a sounding board too, right? Bounce things off of and just get you are heading in the right direction, right? Mm-hmm. No, things are better than last year. Remember last year? Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm incredibly blessed. Like, Abel's such a good listener. I think that's one of the biggest things. If you have a spouse in this industry, they just need to be understanding, one, and be a good listener. Because I bitch a lot, or complain about things, and Abel's always there to listen, and put a positive spin on it. Like, he's just a positive person. So that helps a lot too. To just like keep it light, try to keep it more positive, because it's easy to get down that like negative rabbit hole of spiral. So yeah, let's get it lifting me up. I do want to talk about this, because this is something that like just literally in the last, I would say 3 to 6 months I've gotten more aware that it's happening. So the question was, are you so preoccupied with to-do lists that you have trouble being emotionally available to others? And that's a big one, because I get into these like grinds of work where I have a new idea. I'm really excited about something. I'm like on it. I'm working on it. I'm like out filming. I'm like in the grind of my business, the day to day. And I love social media. I'm on my phone all the time. I'm messaging with people. I'm talking with clients. I'm adding to my story. I mean, I'm like, it's ridiculous. It takes up so much time, and it takes away from my personal life. And then on top of that, I've got, a huge to-do list, and I've got clients calling, emails to answer. So I have way too much to do. Right. And then like, I'm not emotionally available to my husband. Like at the end of the night, like I can't even turn off work to sit comfortably and just have a conversation with him at times, or even my kids, because I'm so wrapped up in my work and what's going on in my head that I like just physically can't turn it off to like be present. Yeah. And that's been like huge. And I would say, babe, like in the last like 3 or 6 months, that I've really worked hard to like, and just, I think just having an awareness that that's even happening. Like it would happen, and Abel, you're so patient that it would just happen and happen. But I would start to see that like you were getting distant, and I'd be like, oh no, like I'm pushing him away. I don't mean to be. It's just I just love my job. I love what I do, you know. But I also love you. I love our relationship, obviously. Love our family, but it's like, yeah, that you get caught up. It's easy to get caught up in the business and kind of forget about the people that truly matter the most. Like, why am I doing this job? I'm doing this job so I can have a good life with my friends and family, not just to be a star on social media or on a TV show, or like, you know, just to be wrapped up and shooting every day, all day. Like the point of all of this is to better my life with my friends and family.
And I can vouch for you on that. All of what you said is absolutely true. But I guess everybody will, you know, take that and handle it different. You almost have to let her, it's kind of like your kids. You want them to make mistakes and then understand it. It's kind of like addiction is knowing that you have a problem, right?
Like denial.
Right. You got to see it yourself, right? Yeah. Well, I think you were saying that you kind of go a little hands off, just long enough for her to recognize it for herself. Kind of like that first step is what is the saying? The first step to admitting you have a problem is, what is the saying? Can we look it up? What is it?
Sure. The principle of first step is self-honesty. We get honest with ourselves over an inability to beat our addiction on our own. We must admit we do not have the power to control our addiction, and that our lives have become completely unmanageable. Well, that's not it.
Well, I think
admitting your problem is the first step.
Correct. That's what I wanted to say.
And I don't handle things well when you tell me things.
That's probably where it comes from, is that you got to let her see it herself, because if you tell her, she's just going to write it off.
So I agree with everything that Rach said, because a lot of it is very true. And we've had some battles here in the past 6 months over Rach's cell phone usage, her distancy, her push to become amazing. She's already amazing. She shouldn't have to push. I'm a little standoffish. I want her to kind of simmer down, so that way when the discussion does come up, and it usually does, Rach will be the first one to say, is everything okay? Are you all right? What's on your mind? What's going on? What's on your brain? And then the conversation can start. Nobody's heated. There's level-headed. If I jump the gun, like in any relationship, it can probably cause more harm than it ever needed to be and turn into something much larger.
Let's be honest. I'm not very receptive to negative things that are said to me. When he calls me out and says, you're doing this, you're acting like that way, because I'm such in work mode. Like, to me, it's like, I'm catching it more, but I'm so like tunnel vision, and I get annoyed because I'm like, this is my business. Like, I have to work this hard. I have to do this. Like, I get defensive is what it is, because I feel like I'm doing everything in my power to like do the best that I can. Right. And I'm providing for our family. I'm like, we both provide for our families, but it's like, I'm trying so hard to like make everything perfect. And I get wound up, and then I catch myself. I'm like, oh gosh, now Abel's being distant. What did I do? I probably pissed him off. Have I even called him today? Like, I talked to him a couple times over text, but I actually haven't picked up the phone and said hi yet. So yeah, I think he's got we've kind of learned over the years, like what works best in our relationship. That might not work best for other people, but for us, it seems to work. And I'm catching it more and more and being more aware of it. And the biggest thing for me lately is just slowing down and just taking time to be here right now. Like today, I had 2 shoots today. I brought my kids with me for the first shoot, dropped one kid off at a friend's house, brought the other one with me. She did BTS for me. And then we went to Fred Meyer. She wanted to it was her last day before school starts, our last day of summer. And she was like, what are we going to do for fun today, mommy? And I said, let's go to Fred Meyer and get like face masks and like scrub. We'll do like a spa day, right? We'll do our toes and like paint our fingers. And she was like, okay, this is gonna be so fun. So we went to Fred Meyer, got all this stuff, like come home. We spent 2 hours doing that. I mean, I like uploaded my jobs when I got home real quick, but we spent 2 hours doing that, and like just giggling and laughing. My I was not on my phone. She was actually recording YouTube shorts of our whole experience. So if you want to see that, find her on YouTube. But anyways, it was just like there was no work. Just having those little moments with her is like what brings me joy in life. And I don't know that I would have been able to do that comfortably without having anxiety like a year ago, even 6 months ago. Because that's what would happen as I would sit down to play with my kids or hang out with my husband, and I'd get this anxiety over me, like I just couldn't sit still, and I'm like stirring inside. And I'm learning to just let it go. Just like, what if I'm gone tomorrow? Like, what if my kid is gone tomorrow? That's horrible to say, but like, you never know. I want to know that I put every moment that I possibly can into spending that quality time with the people that I love.
Yeah, that's a real battle. I feel that
It is.
anxiety
Yeah.
when I sit down and my daughter's like, "Daddy," like literally today in the street, "Daddy, what you want to draw animals on the sidewalk?" She had her chalk, the sidewalk chalk.
Mhm.
And my first reaction is, "No, I have to go upload this jobs." And I go, "Hold on a second. Okay, like I can do it for 10 minutes. Like, you know what I mean? Like I can't do it all day, but I took 10 minutes, drew a dragon, and we drew a cat. But yeah, it's hard. It's a real struggle to go breathe for a second. That can wait 10 minutes, do the animal thing, on the sidewalk.
Yeah. And if you don't play with your kid and then you go do your work, then you have anxiety because you feel bad because you're neglecting your children. You're like, I feel bad. Okay, I'll hurry and do it real quick. And you're not enjoying anything. It's like, if I just put the time in with them, then they give me time to do what I need to do. Still, like we're podcasting right now. It's 6:00 at night. And I was like, Dev, I have a podcast, but we've been playing for the last 2 hours. So she's totally happy. Out. She made herself dinner. She's watching her show. She's happy. So
yeah. And it is hard actually, even when you decide to do the chalk for 10 minutes, it's hard to actually get out of that anxiety level and actually enjoy that moment. That's the thing that I've really been trying to get better at, is to try and switch it off for a minute. It's hard for me.
Yeah.
I have such a singular focus on things that's hard for me,
Yeah. I think just knowing that it's not, it's going to be there in 10 minutes. Like it's okay to leave it for a minute and set it aside, like just, yeah, I don't have any great advice, but I do feel like just giving yourself a break, like being like, you don't have to be CEO for the next 30 minutes of your life. Like you can just be a parent. It's okay. That's enough. Like being enough has been a really hard thing for me. I've been pushing so hard, like trying to build this empire. I want a Lamborghini. I want all these crazy things. Honestly, today I'm like, I don't freaking care if I have a Lamborghini. I just want to be in like peace and quiet and comfortable. I want to still do photography. I want to still do master plan. I want to do these things, but I don't need to be crazy rich to be happy. Things are not going to bring me happiness. 100%. Not going to do it. Unfortunately, because the Lamborghini would have been really cool. Not that it will never happen, but
I agree. The Lamborghini would have been really cool.
Babe, it's not totally out the window, okay? We could still do it.
For both of you guys, I mean, you guys both work your butts off, and you guys are doing amazing things, and I get to watch it and be kind of an audience for both of you. And the art of balance between it is a true art, because there is no, you can read as many self-help books as you want. You can read all the cool stuff that everybody else is doing, but it truly comes down to your makeup. You were made one way. Not everybody's the same. So once you find what you could, what works for you, stick with it. I mean, I would, encourage Neil, you to stick with what works for you. And it's not going to be easy, because I've watched it firsthand with Rachel. And it's been a battle. It's been a tough road, but we've gotten to a point now where we know each other well enough, and we can help each other out as a team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Only going to get easier and easier as life goes on. And we do see the finish line in front of us, whether that be retiring in Costa Rica, or right now we're just kind of, we don't really care, as long as we have stability and happiness and family, kids are healthy. The rest should be very easy. I applaud both of you. You guys are some of the hardest working people I get to be around, and I'm around a lot of hardworking people, but to know them on a personal level, and see their struggles. I'm always here to help. So I got you.
Thanks, babe. Thanks.
Yeah, Abel's a good cat, man. Abel's one of those people where you're like, if somebody didn't like Abel, you'd question them, not Abel. You know what I mean? Just a good cat, man.
That's funny you say that, because that's how it's been my whole life. I've always told everybody, I mean, a small little history. I was a premature baby at birth, 4 pounds, 8 ounces.
Oh, wow.
Wasn't given a chance. The priest came in when I was just a baby in the incubator and baptized. My parents wanted me baptized then, and I ended up coming out of it. Side note, I was raised by a goat, not a mom.
Really?
True story. True story. Yes.
No.
My husband was raised by a goat.
I truly feel that when I was younger, I was touched by something bigger, whether that be an angel, whatever your beliefs may be. I believe it was an angel, because life has been pretty easy for me. I've always been the nice guy. I've always been the cool guy. I haven't had a lot of enemies. They're very rare. I always found out if you can make your enemy your best friend by the end of the night, you're doing something right. And that's always been a gift that I've had.
That's cool. One of my favorite lines in a movie is that, what's the movie? Harvey? Is it the movie called Harvey? But he has this line about his mom saying, you know, you can either be the smartest person in the room or the nicest person in the room. And I found that it's a lot easier being the nicest person in the room, something like that. But I kind of like, I'm butchering that, by the way, but you get the gist. You get the gist. You know,
you catch a lot more bees with honey.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
Abel
right.
always tells me that you catch a lot more bees with honey. I'm like, you're right. Be nice.
Does he just bring you in front of the wedding photo when he says that?
I love it.
That's cool. Well, I mean, I feel like a lot of these questions are, you know, you get the idea, you know, but I don't know if any of these you want to hit any of these last questions, Rachel, or do you feel like
okay, here's another one. Do you forget conversations or events because you're so preoccupied with planning and work? Yes. I've missed a lot of things because of work.
Yeah.
My daughter's here, so I don't want to tell this story, but I'll tell it quiet. I was a terrible. I missed one of her soccer games. Completely forgot. 100% forgot. Like just bad mom. This was like 4 years ago. I mean, just in the crazy thick of COVID, and I just completely missed it. And I went to go pick her up. Her dad's like, "Oh, we're at the pizza party," and I pull up, and they're all in their soccer gear. The whole team's there having dinner. I had no idea. I was like,
"Oh no!"
Like broke my heart. I'm like, "Oh my gosh!" And thank God, my ex-husband was like, "Oh, weren't you shooting over in Cleellum today?" And I was like, "I was." Yes, I was. It went great. I'm like crying inside. Like I literally cried that night. It was awful. So yes, I have. And I mean, yeah, we all make mistakes. You know, we get busy with work and we're preoccupied with things that, and stuff slips. So yeah, not everyone's perfect, you know, we all make mistakes and that's okay. It just sucks.
I did get that phone call, Neil.
Oh my gosh, Abel. Like I'm a terrible mom. So luckily he covered for me because that would have been, you know, he's a good dude. So yeah. Okay, if you answered yes to one or more of these questions, you could be a workaholic. Okay. Yeah, so one or more. I think we all qualify then.
Yeah. All you needed was one. That's everybody in this business, I feel like. Yeah. For sure.
Exactly.
Well, so yeah, I don't know. I would like to know, like, I mean, I think we hit a lot of this, but outside of what we kind of came up organically from those questions in the course of you guys evolving over the years, like what's the best advice you guys would give to other people in this business, knowing the hours that we put into this, you know, any kind of entrepreneur thing where you're just, it all falls on you. You end up doing a lot of work. What have you guys learned that's helped, that might be helpful to other people dealing with, you know, a partner to get through the how crazy it is being a workaholic?
Abel, I'll let you go first. I'm writing notes over here.
Taking notes. I think for Rach and I, when we first met, I had kind of a cush job. I could turn it off when I got home. She couldn't. She was 100 miles an hour building her empire that she has with just the Rachael and photography in the beginning. For me, I was a coach, but I was also her support group and her shoulder, her best friend, and just trying to help her in any way I could. For Rachel, we found faith. We found something that we could both grab onto and actually have discussions about that would kind of ground us. Because sometimes being the anchor in my situation or Rach and I's situation, me taking on all of the negativity and trying to help out Rachael, to ground her, it can be weighing on, your spouse or your significant other. So I think Rach saw that as well. So to get us to that perfect formula, it was faith.
Yeah, I would say in the last year, we've really strengthened our belief in God and really started diving more into the Bible and understanding. And like Abel's dad his parents are religious, and his dad's always said that the Bible is your handbook to life. Like in every issue you're having in life, there's an answer in the Bible for the most part, like a story that will help you to decipher how you could move through it in a positive way and have a positive outlook on it. And I found that to be very true. So yeah, we've kind of dove in. I got baptized last year. Abel got baptized with me again. And yeah, since then, I just feel like it's been this journey, and we both committed to wanting to read the Bible. So we're listening to the Bible in a year on one of the apps that we have. And I'm reading a Bible that's a little dumbed down so I can actually understand it, because the real Bible is like kind of a foreign language. So yeah, it's been good. It's nice. Oh, go ahead, Abel. Sorry.
We've also created, Rach has her own day. Does she ever talk about Rach Day?
Oh,
No, what?
I do. I'm like the most spoiled girl on the planet.
I forgot to put my Rach flag out today.
It's not Rach Day. It's Tuesday.
Oh.
Wednesday is Rach Day.
I kind of developed this day because she is busy and she's, at a way higher stress than me. I'm kind of like the guy. I hope the guys at work aren't going to watch this, but I'm like the guy on Office Space, the movie.
Yeah.
When they asked me if I was on vacation, and he's like, I wouldn't really call it a vacation, Bob. I just didn't want to work today. I worked really hard as a young man with my 4 boys, and I worked the overtime, and I did the grind, and I was financially set with my ex-wife, and in a minute it can be gone. So it to me it felt a little. I just felt like it wasn't about the money, and it never was. So with Rach and I think we've developed systems in our own relationship that work for us. That really works. So this Rach Day,
yeah,
I came up with, it's kind of all about her, letting her know that I'm here for her, letting, I spoil the shit out of her. She gets a full massage. She gets
Jesus.
I know.
Don't say this so loud, Abel. My wife
get it.
Might be listening.
So we have our kids Sunday. If it's our weekend, we have them Friday or Saturday until Wednesday morning, Wednesday at noon, and then they go to their other parents' house. So Wednesday is like our date night. Like we haven't seen each other in 3 to 5 days. So it's our date night. Wednesday, Rach Day is our date night. And we use Snapchat to communicate, and he'll snap me in the morning. He's like, good morning, beautiful. It's Rach Day. And I'm like, oh, Rach Day. Yay. It's exciting. So we try to do some kind of we go on dates usually every Wednesday. We try to do something. We used to go to the gun range when we were members there, or, go out to dinner, or go, hit golf balls or whatever, go jump out of an airplane, whatever we can come up with. But on my 40th birthday, he bought me a massage table. So I get a full body massage every Wednesday. It's pretty fantastic.
Abel, you're setting a terrible, terrible precedent here.
Setting the bar. Every woman needs their own day.
Son of a bitch.
Heidi is not allowed to listen to this episode.
Nope.
But because I see how hard she does work, and like I said, I got a pretty cush gig. I love my job. I dabble in real estate, and when we do have a deal that we're doing in real estate, then I'm going the 100 miles an hour, and we're both going 100 miles an hour, and that can take a toll on us. So as long as we have a day or 4 hours to look forward to where we can turn that off, but I think that's been super healthy for Rach and I to get through some of those struggles and to have that day always picked. And sometimes it'll be a little more aggressive, and I'll go, why don't we have an Abe day?
I'm like, honey, do you need a massage this week? He's like, yeah. He's gotten a few, maybe 3.
Oh my God. Well,
I turned 40 9 months ago. How many weeks are in 9 months? Let's not add it up.
No.
A lot.
No, my wife, same thing. Like my wife, a lot of nights will say, "Can you massage my neck, or can you massage my hand, or whatever?" And I'm like, sure, after my massage. And then there's silence until no, I don't get the massage. No, never happens. But that's all right. That's all right.
We get a lot. Receive. Right?
We get a lot. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So one of the things I was going to say is like, to help your relationship in this situation is, one, communication, like be able to talk to each other about anything and don't hold things back. Like don't ever go to bed mad. I think I made a reel about this, but like tell your spouse 3 things you're grateful for before you go to bed for them. And we do that just like randomly. And then I saw this reel and I'm like, oh, we do that. That's awesome. We're doing something right.
You guys are nerds.
I know we totally are. We just like love each other so much. I'm like,
you guys are just
love you.
Perfect assholes. For everybody listening, giving it a middle finger, I'm with you.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Don't be a hater, Neil. Don't be a hater.
I'm just kidding. You guys are great. It's just not fair.
Another thing, like a book, if you're interested in reading a book as couples, if you haven't read this already, The 5 Love Languages is a really good book to understand how your spouse receives love and gives love. So there's words of affirmation, quality time, gifts, acts of service, and physical touch. So basically like goes through each of them, and there's a little quiz you can take to figure out what your love language is. And, and then that makes it easier. And like, if you know that your spouse's love language is physical touch, then your husband might buy you a massage table and give you massages every week. That is the key to my heart.
There you go. Oh, there you go. So that's what you are. So you gave us that. You gave my wife that book, I think.
I think I did. I think so.
Because I realized from that yes, I am physical touch. Like I'm a total like hugger and all that kind of stuff. But my wife is the opposite. Not the hugger type. She is the gift.
Oh, she wants the that's why she got a bike.
What I used to do, and I have to start. Well, yes, no, that was I'm pretty good on that. I got her a Harley Davidson for Christmas, that's way overboard. But what
Feels
she
good
used
for
to
5 years.
Yeah. What she used to love, though, on this note, though, that doesn't have to be big things, and I have to start doing this again, but I used to be a waiter when we first started dating, and I always had cash. So she actually loved this, and now I don't ever have cash, so I don't do it as much. It's just not something I think of. I never have cash, just not right in front of me. But what she used to love was I used to just hide $5 or $10 like in random jean pockets and stuff. And so then she would just be like, "Ooh, $5," and she loved that. So like it doesn't have to be a Harley Davidson,
It could be literally like a little love note in her lunch that just says, "Go be awesome today," or "I love you." And those are things like Abel and I have done for each other since the beginning. It's just these little, and it's so cheesy. Like, bless my sister's heart. I love her. We are complete opposites. And she is married her high school sweetheart. And I remember in like middle school, because she's 3 years older than me, she'd be on the phone with her boyfriend. She's 50. I'm like 12 or 13. And they're like, can't get off the phone. I'm like, get off the phone. I want to call my friends. It's a landline. She's like, I love you. And he's like, I love you too, babe. She's like, I swear, my love, I love you so much. It was disgusting. And I was like, you guys are gross. Like the amount that you guys love each other is just disgusting. And now, like, as I got older, I was like, you actually are a really good role model of like true unconditional love. And that's exactly like what Abel and I have is unconditional love. Like we love each other no matter what at the end of the day. And they did too. And it's pretty cool to, now it's cute to see. Back then it was disgusting, but
Right. I
That was
get it.
13-year-old snotty Rachel.
Rach, I gotta interject.
Okay.
Do you remember the days before you had HD PhotoHub and you had to stay up at all hours chatting to people about getting things booked and all of this ridiculous stuff that we don't have to deal with anymore?
Yeah, the back and forth emails like, how about 10 o'clock on Tuesday? Oh, can you do 9? No, but I can do 9:30. Okay, an hour later, I've got a shoot scheduled.
Right.
Yes. And thank goodness I found HD PhotoHub because they have changed my life and my business for the better. Like seriously, no joke. I would
No,
not
it's true.
be
It's
able
un-
to run my business the way I do without them.
Yeah, no, it saved me so much. And before I had an admin, it was my admin. It's still one of my admins. Don't tell.
So Neil, they even have a white labeled app that you can download from the Apple Store and the Google Play Store. And it's white labeled, meaning that you put your branding on it. So it will show up with your business name, all your colors, your fonts, and your clients can order shoots directly from their phone. They can post directly from their dashboard to social media. So no more of the struggle of like, how do I get these photos onto my phone to get them on Instagram? Because that's a pain in the butt.
And that is so sticky is the word. But seriously, when it's something is easy to do for these agents, they don't want to learn another way. So once they've got your app in their hands, that's how they want to book. Instead of the other guy that got to do some, run through hoops and stuff.
Call them up.
Yeah. Call them and talk to
Who
them.
wants to
Forget
call
that.
anyone on the phone? I don't want to call anyone on the phone. I want to do it on an app.
I got his fancy app and I'm doing it that way.
That's right.
No, it's
So
pretty sick.
if you guys want to try out the app, there is a killer deal from HDPhotoHub on your configuration call. If you tell them that Shooting the Shit sent you, they will give you 33% off of your app. That is
What?
1,000 credits versus 1,500 credits. And this is a
insane.
one-time payment, one and done. Do it. It's going to change your business. It's going to change your clients' lives. They're going to love you for it.
And you're going to look good doing it.
Mic drop. Boop. All right. Let's get back to the episode.
All right. Well, we're going to do one last little fun thing. I'm going to put this love to the test.
Ooh, let's go.
We're going to do a little dating game questions here, guys. So get out your pen and your paper. I'm going to ask each question. You're going to write your answer. All right. And then we'll hold them up and see if you guys are on point or not. All right. I have no idea how this is going to work out. I didn't really plan this super well. We'll
Neil,
see.
Most people are listening, so you're gonna have to read our answers. And be very
we'll read them. We'll show and read them. Yes, so that you don't. But if you want to see the facial reactions when they get these horribly wrong, then watch the YouTube video. No. Let's see how this goes. All right, number 1. What shade does your partner think looks best on you? What shade do they think looks best on you? Abel, I'm sure she's told you this. You must know this. And when you're ready, I need you to raise your hand.
Oh, I'm ready.
Oh, Rachel's ready.
I guess I can just show you because it doesn't really matter.
Oh yeah. Oh, all right. So Rachel's got her answer. Are you good? All right. Okay. So how do we do? So Rachel wrote blue, and Abel's got black. Are you correct here, guys?
No, I'd say Abel looks best in blue because he has blue eyes.
All right. And did she?
I was trying to guess what she was going to write, and she's guessing what I'm going to write, right?
This is
right, whatever.
We're not
whatever.
perfect.
Round two.
That one's too hard.
All right. What's your spouse's favorite junk food? All right. What's your spouse's favorite junk food? All right. And before we show them this time, I want you to answer the correct thing, and then we'll hold them up, okay, to see if you got them right, okay?
Okay.
So, and wait till you're both ready. And okay, Rach is ready. She's sneaking a peek. She's showing us. She's giving us a hint. Abel's writing. He's writing. All right. Okay. Now wait. Don't chart. Don't let her see. All right. No, she has hands.
What's my favorite junk food? My favorite junk food is Junior Mints, and he is correct.
Oh, good. All right. Abel, what's your favorite
yours?
junk food?
Hot tamales.
Oh, damn it. I wrote Red Hots. I always get the wrong ones at the store.
Close, but no cigar. All right.
It's because I'm a
So,
busy entrepreneur. I can never remember these
all right.
simple things.
We're ignoring the first result, but so far Abel is got one.
One
Okay.
to nothing.
He's winning. All right. Yeah. All right. Name your spouse's favorite movie. Favorite movie. Don't show it. We're gonna have them answer first and then hold up the card. Okay. All right.
Oh, what's his name?
But you got to write it so that you can't pretend like you said the right thing. All right. Let's see. Have you already done Abel? Oh,
You know
Abel's
my
got it.
favorite. Okay.
I don't, but I'm just taking a freaking stab at it.
I'm on Google. Like, what's the name of it?
Abel's favorite movie is like Fast Times at Ridgemont High. No.
Wow.
Okay.
All right, ready?
What's my favorite movie? The Notebook.
What has Abel got? The Notebook.
Yeah.
All right. And all right, so all right, what's Abel's?
Abel, what's your favorite movie?
Oh, this is going to be tough. Anything involving Bruce Lee.
Oh,
Any
Annie Bruce
Bruce
she-
Lee
she
movie.
wrote
Nailed
Annie
it.
Bruce. Wow.
Dang,
How did you get
babe.
that? Okay, so that's a wash. So Abel's still up one because you both got that one. Okay.
Okay.
What was your partner's first pet? Hmm?
Oh,
Your
I know.
partner's First
This
pet,
is easy.
childhood pet. What was your partner's
Childhood
first? Yeah. Or should we go like, what was it? Your spouse's childhood dog name? I wouldn't know that.
No, would not
All
know
right.
that.
Does that work?
We're doing first pet.
Okay. What was your first pet?
Childhood pet.
Yeah, your childhood pet.
I'm just taking a stab at this one, but I think I know.
Okay. Are we ready?
Yep.
All right. Rach, what's Abel's childhood pet? You're
My
what?
first childhood pet was a cat.
Oh, I can't say. Oh,
A
rat.
rat.
Oh, rat.
I had one of those too.
Dang. All right. Abel, what was yours?
Mine was a cat.
What? No, it was a goat. You drink goat's milk.
Oh, that wasn't my pet. That was my nanny.
Okay, fine. What was my first nanny's name?
All right.
Oh,
All right.
funny.
Cool. All right. So next, let's see. What's your spouse's favorite thing to do with their free time? Favorite thing. If they had free time, what's the thing they would choose to do?
Hell.
That's tough.
I think Abel's still up by one.
Probably. He's probably gonna win after this one too.
If you had some free
My
time, what would they
favorite
do?
thing
Yep.
to do
Yep.
is probably get a massage from Abel.
Oh, Abel, what do you got? What?
Hang out with me.
Hang out with me. I think that counts. No?
Yeah,
Is it
I think
does it
that
work?
counts.
Yeah, because you're gonna tell them to give you a massage when you hang out. So, all right. So, Abel, what do you got?
I think I would say the same, to hang out with Rachel in any way possible.
I said massage Rachel. Okay.
That counts.
Are we going too far with this massage thing?
There's a lot of. Yeah, I now know that your relationship is solely based on massages.
Solely based on touch, 100%.
That was the
That's why
first.
it's so
That was
great.
the first gift he ever gave her, and he just lucked out, and that was it. Off to the races.
Yeah.
All right, ready? Okay. This will be for all the money. Abel's up by one. Okay. You got to get this, Rach, to tie it
Okay.
up. Okay. If you had all the money in the world and you could go anywhere, where would your partner say they would want to go with their partner? So where would Rachel say she would go with you? Where would Abel say he would go with you?
I'm saying I'm writing down where I would want to go, or where Abel would want to go.
Where you would say you would want to go with Abel. Yeah, it's where you'd want to go. Just where you'd go. If you go anywhere, where would you take Abel?
Okay.
Yeah, and then you just got to guess right for each other. All right.
Come on, babe.
I already know. I
4,
know this.
3,
I was listening.
2, 1.
All right, good.
Time's up.
Rach.
Thailand.
Oh, Thailand, she says.
I would want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do want to go to Bangkok. Or too. Or is it Bhutan?
I can't hear Abel when Neil laughs. Dang it.
Sorry.
The audio
Sorry.
cuts out.
Sorry.
Oh, it's been an issue the whole episode. Okay, go ahead, babe.
I want to go to Thailand. Where does Rachel want to go? This is a stab, babe.
Egypt? No, that's where you want to go, honey. That would be cool. I want to see the pyramids.
All right. Well, that ties it up then. So there
Okay.
you go.
There we go.
Even Steven, so equally balanced.
Love
and
it.
that's why the dream works. Well, I hope you guys had fun today. Abel, thanks so much for being on with us. And I hope there's some good insight for everybody as well. And I think it's probably time for some people to break out a massage table. If nothing else was taken away from this, it's that massage will win you over no matter what. So get your massage table for your couples and you're good to go. All right.
Life will be much peachier.
All right. Very good. Cool.
Thanks, babe, for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. It's been a pleasure.
Cool. Awesome, dude. A pleasure as always. All right. You can get off the podcast and go take your shirt off. All right.
All right.
He's taking
Do
it off. Do it. All right, guys. Thanks so much. We'll catch you on the next one.
All right. Bye, guys.